Rewind the tape.
I'll never get used to that. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast, Wait, Rewind the Tape, where we, your favorite hosts, annoy everybody with our Euro 2021 commentary. No joke, that's not what we're here to do, but we will give you our 2 cents. Don't think we
Is
won't.
it coming home? According to our Instagram followers, no.
According to our 50 Instagram followers.
Literally,
no.
Absolutely not.
But do you know, and I'll tell everybody who'll listen to this, I get why it coming home, if it even does belong here, could be good for the, to boost morale or whatever, but it's not as if every other country in the world hasn't had to experience a terrible year this pandemic. It would boost everybody's morale if football went to their respective homes.
I don't think that's why people want to win.
No, well, it's just because it's
just
football. Yeah.
Football.
No, I get that, but I see why it would be beneficial in some ways. But then I also think, no, we can't win, because then it's just going to mask all the problems of this shitty government and this country and all things, and no one's gonna, you know what I mean? It's just like, let's distract them with football.
They've been doing it the entire pandemic. The first thing they wanted to do, the thing they insisted on, was getting the football back on. And I thought it was so weird. And then I would go on Twitter. We talked about this. I'd go on Twitter, and Boris Johnson, when there was no football on, Boris Johnson and anything related was always trending on the weekend, on the Saturday. I'm not joking. It was a few weeks. It was like number 1, number 2, number 1, number 2. When the football's on, for different players' names takes up so much of the ranking that
it pushes it down.
Pushes it down. And I was like,
the scam.
Damn. Whoever's doing the analytics. But then
this is what they're blowing the fucking PR budget on. Getting 100%. The Euros, getting the football chat going.
It's like when what's his name, Rishi Sunak, did the podcast. I could not stop crying laughing, because I was just like,
which
there's
podcast?
A pandemic.
Not this podcast.
No, he's
don't remember
on the same. God, that would be. I wouldn't even fun. Thinking about it makes my stomach so uncomfortable. That would not be fun. It was like he'd got in a load of trouble because people were saying that he had shares in different restaurant businesses. They're starting to have some momentum moving behind a public outcry for him to release, not release, but you know what I mean, publish his share portfolio or whatever. And then, because the whole eat out to help out, he was trying to bring it back again. And
I forgot about that.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone was like, what is this man on? And then suddenly he's like, he's got a podcast. I actually wanted to do a skit about it, but I never had the gall. But yeah, because I just thought I would love to do a skit where it's like, you do it from the perspective as a woman who runs a PR company who's hired by privately by all these high-level politicians, and she's like, so I just told him, darling, you just need to turn the tide. You need something modern, something fresh. Have you heard of podcasting? I could just see it, and he's like, But they didn't call it a podcast. They were calling it something like an official update. I'm like, bitch, you are sitting with Gordon Ramsay with a microphone over Zoom. This is a podcast. Why? Okay, he's saying he's giving insights into how different industries are working. Sir, why do you need to speak to a celebrity chef?
He doesn't speak
Gordon
for the people.
Ramsay? Do you really think that's the man?
He has crushed lives in.
If anybody doesn't give an F, it's Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
Not even Jamie Oliver, sir. Also, if you're trying to get a feel for how businesses are coping, do you really think a very wealthy, very well-known celebrity chef who is making money regardless, who can literally just go on TikTok with his daughter, which is what he does and make money.
Who doesn't make money from his restaurants really anymore? That's not how he makes his wealth. It's from TV appearances. I don't think that Joe Bloggs from The Greasy Spoon is making money from his TV experience.
He can't interview him because that's not sexy and glamorous. And also that's how these conservatives work, or hyper capitalists. They always need to show you some sort of glamour, relatable glamour, and people always forget your idea of these relatable people, Gordon Ramsay's so posh. If you met Gordon Ramsay and he wasn't Gordon Ramsay, you'd be like, he seems like a really posh rugby dad.
Yeah, definitely.
He swears. And that's not even any shade to him. I just feel like people forget that, like, the people that they're like classing as normal people are so far removed.
Yeah, Gordon Ramsay, professional footballer turned restaurateur turned celebrity chef.
Man of the people.
Just your regular Joe. He speaks for the common man.
Yeah, let's see how he's handling the pandemic.
Right. Well, I guess we've really veered off from football. But basically, I
cannot believe we haven't talked about our favourite. I was actually also I'm gonna veer off again.
Matt Hancock.
Okay, no.
Who's our favourite? Is that our favourite?
Because there's a clip from you. I don't know if you remember. There's a clip from this podcast where I'm trying to remember his name, and I cannot. I don't know why I found it so funny. Because I was like, because we were listing all the politicians that we hate, and I just think it's so on brand that we can't even remember the man's name because he's so pathetic. It's like, what is his name? Oh my
I keep
God.
wanting to call him John
and then
Hancock.
I was even thinking of Duna.
That's a US president.
That's not him.
It's not him at all.
They're calling him
Andy
from the
Hancock.
Cocky, which I just find hilarious.
It would be hilarious if it wasn't so sad.
No, I'm not gonna lie. When I've never laughed watching something like this before. This is how I'm like, how do you have a job, let alone the job you have? His resignation, I laughed that I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, why? What's wrong? Why does he speak like that? I'm here to tell. How many takes was this first?
You don't need to tell us. Know? We all saw the photos. Just like once again, weird. England, the UK. Well, let's face it, it's really England. Let's not drag the other UK countries down with us. We just managed to
again with the we.
They just managed to be like the most embarrassing country to deal with this 100%. Pandemic or anything. Everything we do is just like, guys, this is like, embarrassing.
But it's honestly, it's like he's a character from a sketch.
It's like a wah, totally.
And just everything about him, like him pretending to cry when he was on the news, that was messed up. When he sat down in the House of Parliament and they said he looked like Woody. Have you seen that?
No.
You have to see it. It's so funny. That time where he was being like interviewed by Jon Snow on Channel 4 News. Jon Snow is that guy, obviously.
Yeah.
And he clearly did not know what he was in for because it's probably the first time in his career he's been held accountable. Jon Snow was handing it to him and he was just like, Who is this guy?
There's a snake in my boots.
He's like trying to pull his string really quickly. And then like even the fact that he's like, him and Boris Johnson are talking about, this is something that my dad couldn't believe because like, you know, we've talked about our dads being capitalists before. And I was like, my dad was like talking about something and I was like, Dad, you know they've been talking about COVID contracts via WhatsApp. And he was like, because my dad was talking about how that video itself, the video of him with having an affair, is like a crazy breach of security when you think about it. But I was like, but that's how reckless he's been. And then I was like, but you know they literally have been talking about COVID contract. You know David Cameron text the Chancellor of the Exchequer like, can you give my company a COVID relief loan? Like he texted like and he was like,
the audacity that you don't think that you're going to get caught out by this.
And my dad was shocked because he was saying that he wants his security at work is so high that he once sent an email to his private email, like with an attachment on it, so that because the server was too slow from home, and he got locked out of the system. And he was like, how? And I was like,
I don't, yeah.
absolutely not involved. These are the people that you guys put in charge with your votes. I don't 100%. No, I blame you.
And to be clear, she
people.
doesn't mean me. She means you.
No. I mean,
I didn't do this.
I doubt our listeners. I very much doubt our listeners voted for Boris Johnson. I just don't see it.
A good deal of them are not in this country, so shout out to you guys for. And
Yeah,
if you were in this country, I
don't blame
hope you didn't.
I know they didn't vote for him.
No.
Also, I respect you if you didn't vote also because you just refused to. It took me a long time to see it from your perspective, 30 years of my life, in fact. But I now understand. I finally get why people don't vote because it's just like, I don't think I'll ever be able to stop. The last time I was like, I'm not voting. It got to like 9 p.m. and I was like, I've got my shoes on.
Yeah.
Better quickly just pop out. Oh, God. I just can't. It's just so... I'm not embarrassed. I'm just like, these are people who are mishandling billions of pounds. Billions. They're giving billions.
Yeah. It's
Matt
like
Hancock has done serious damage. The Good Law Project wanted to sue. And he was... It's not just that he was having an affair. It was he's so... Anyway. Oh, yuck. Anyway.
Yeah.
And then obviously people are like, oh, you know. Oh, I think you froze. Can you hear me?
I'm here.
Oh, thank God. I was scared. I was like, what? People on Twitter are like, there was only one person. Loads of people. Obviously, it gets really sad because people are like, my relative passed away.
Yeah.
And this is what you were doing. And then there's that one guy who's always like, oh, we're all like this. Anyone would have done it. We get like trying to make it a lads thing. And I'm just like, okay, you cheating on your girlfriend, sir, is not the same as this man having an affair while he misappropriates billions of funds. Like,
and tells people to and it's just... social distance, stay away from loved ones, don't have sex with people, single people. You know? This whole pandemic period is so odd. Yeah. Married, cool. And married and having an affair,
he's
also
like, stay
cool.
away from loved ones because I hate my wife.
He's like, yeah. But I mean, yes.
But the thing is, he's now going to get a job like the rest of them at some major law firm where he will continue to make loads of money. He'll continue to misappropriate billions and give it to his friends.
Well, because he'll get a contract from the government.
Yeah, and he'll just text Boris when he needs a top up. He's fine.
Can we all do that? Is there a helpline?
You know what you need to do if you want that contract. You better get on your knees, man. I'm so sorry.
I don't have anything to offer in terms of a contract, but I don't think that matters.
No, it doesn't. He was
paying... It's like, I don't have any PPE, but neither did any of the people that you awarded the contract to, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Oh my God, somebody posted a picture that I forgot of a doctor with a bin bag on. That really happened. Oh
God,
my God.
Your dad was working without PPE for a good proportion of the...
Yeah. I think it was almost 2 months.
Which is nuts.
Nuts. I was in bits. I was crying.
Yeah.
My dad was... I didn't know if he was going to make it. I'm laughing because it's not...
There's nothing else
listeners,
to
this
do.
Is how I handle my grief. I lost the plot. I remember now because I was thinking I did this recording. You know that thing I was doing called Release Day, where I was record like a mini sode of a podcast by myself before the things I was saying. I was thinking I should delete that. I was so depressed. I was going through it.
You can't delete it. It's got to be there for posterity.
I was saying that people on Twitter should leave Tyra Banks alone. They're trying to cancel Tyra Banks, and now's not the time for all this cancel culture.
Of all the people to cancel, Tyra.
No, but it's because I didn't say what I was really thinking because I didn't want to talk about it. But really, I was just like...
The emotions just came out.
in the weirdest way. And I was like, if anyone should be getting trashed right now, oh my God, there's no PPE. Oh, anyway. And it just reminded me of all those like war profiteer stories that you used to hear about World War II, where people would like, sell the shoddy boots and stuff to make a profit.
Mr. Selfridge. If there's anything that show taught me.
What a show.
Yeah, it was a good one, wasn't it? I don't know, actually. Was it good? I can't remember. I just know that I watched it and was hooked.
I remember it being excellent. But if I watched it now,
Selfridges,
that's what I'm saying.
It's like
retail. He invented the sale. Hello. I mean,
change the face of modern retail. I mean,
luxury retail. Can't we?
Jesus,
honestly, luxury retail and a period drama.
That basically shaped our early 20s. What he did. No, as in what he did, setting the framework of luxury retail.
No, because when he went into sale, there was a sale. When we went into sale, all of our sales prices were reversed because the owner of the business refused to go into sale. And not in like a Margiela way or something. It's like nothing ever, or Rick Owens way, sorry, where it's like nothing ever goes into sale. It is Rick Owens who never goes into sale, right?
Unless a boutique sells them.
Oh my God,
I can imagine that's some Rick Owens shit.
Sorry, this is so random. Remember when Comme des Garçons came into the store and said, take our clothes out of the sale, you bum ass. Listeners,
we are taking this contract away from you.
And giving it to Matt Hancock. For double the price and half the work.
Right, God, we went so off track. Originally we weren't supposed to be talking about the Euros, but that's how we started. Do we give like a quick 5 minute?
Oh yeah, okay, but the only thing is, we're
at the time of recording
just before England play the next match, but when you listen to it, the score will be announced. Natalie, yeah. Who do you think's taking it home?
Is Denmark or is Denmark, right?
Yes. The fact that I was like the red and white cross.
I mean, I haven't seen any of Denmark's previous games, but I think that England could take it.
What do you think the score's going to be?
Oh my God, we're really getting into it.
Okay. I don't know who's going to win, but I genuinely think the score will either be 2-1 or 3-1.
But you're not sure to who. You're like, I don't know who's going to win, but the score will be 2 to Denmark, 1 to England, whatever that means.
Or it will go to penalties.
Oh,
so vague.
Edge of your seat stuff. So vague. You're covering all the fucking bases.
No, but I mean, you can't say it could be like list every possible score and
yeah, exactly.
I'm sure this is gonna happen.
I like the sound of 2-1. I think the UK could genuinely do it. Yeah.
Okay. It's not the UK, it's England, remember?
In the Euros, sorry. Yeah,
Wales and Scotland and Ireland have
they've already played. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, my bad.
Shout out to Gareth Bale, you beautiful man. He's the only man. He's the only Caucasian man with a man bun who I find attractive.
Oh, God. What's his name?
Google him. Gareth Bale. He's Welsh. He's so handsome. He's not my usual type at all.
Gareth Bale.
Not like the veil.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
Save that for our Game of Thrones episode.
I feel like when the Euros are over, we should actually make up a squad of our own of the 11 hottest players. Also, to everybody, we were talking about this yesterday as a family, obviously seething because I'm not going to get into it, but basically, guys, I know this is just, guys, stop being racist, okay? If only it was that easy.
Boom, you just solved racism.
Oh, that is literally what I feel like a certain brand of like upper class white man who's really posh in England, he like dates a biracial girl from the first time, and it's like, racism doesn't exist anymore.
Because
my girlfriend.
My dick just solved it.
God, you guys are so old school. Like, you don't even know that stuff isn't even a problem.
If my dick can get hard for a biracial woman.
I just clap my feet.
Then I say, by Jove, racism does not exist.
I don't know what you guys are complaining about, because I think you're fine.
That your dick could get hard for my girlfriend too. My biracial girlfriend. I'm sorry.
I like to think that every single person listening to this knows that.
We all know who that guy is. And spoiler alert, he's the most racist person you know.
And everyone knows it but him.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
Oh, Sha'Carri Richardson, so random, because you know I'm not huge into sports. But
she says rapping all the names of the football players. Yes, go.
No, I only know about football because up until the age of 14, I loved football. And then I was just like, I'm absolutely not doing this anymore. And now I just find it boring. Also,
unless it's a major tournament.
Oh, yeah, then you get sucked in. But honestly, I didn't know the Euros were on. We were just in a pub. And they were like,
and then you hear 3 lines on the shirt. And you're like, oh my God, goosebumps. How do I get out of here?
That is a good song, but I still think that they should.
Slapper? It slaps.
It's not really the song though. I feel like when I think of England playing football, I think of like Kasabian. Do you know what I mean? It's just
I do not know.
That song that's not even by an English band, I don't think.
White Stripes. I'm like, why are you guys all like chanting and humming a song by an American artist? What the hell?
Because they put people's names into it.
Yeah.
It's good. I just meant what's that song? I've forgotten. I think they're Danish, the band. They're probably not. Oh, I've forgotten. I'll remember.
When you remember it, just let us know, obviously. But do you
in the middle of something else?
Do you get chills whenever you see like?
And then multiply.
And yes, but in the bad way. When you see like an England flag hanging outside somebody's window, that gives me the heebie-jeebies. I immediately feel like.
I didn't know the Euros were on. And I saw somebody doing it and I was like, I literally said, that is so ghetto. And then I went home and I was complaining to my cousin. I was just like, I feel like this area is going so down. So
some poor kid trying to support his country and you're like,
do it in
your house?
Racist. No, but like we've talked about this.
It does make me feel like,
oh no, the England flag can mean many things. Unless
here
the football's
lives a racist.
It means somebody's out to get you. So when the Euros are, you're like, oh thank God. But the person who I was with in the pub knew that England were playing, obviously, and I think they probably thought that's why I wanted to meet there. And he was like, did you seriously not know that the Euros are on? I'm so far removed from that. How would I know? Oh, God.
Anyway, you know what? I feel like, so you don't know who's going to win, but you know what the score is. I don't know what the score is, but I feel like it's going to be coming home.
I think Sterling's going to be the man of the match. And yes, it is because he's a black man who is
also
dogs. So, and he's a great player.
And a great player. And just, I mean, we've not to dwell on people's looks, but he really does have such a beautiful face.
He's cute.
Like,
I just find him cute though, because I don't find him. But you know for a fact, if I met Sterling, I'd be drooling on the floor.
I just think he has a really very beautiful face. Like it's like a painting. Yeah. It's like eyes and his lashes, just like.
Oh, his eyelashes are gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Look what we focus on when we're watching.
I know.
Also, this is so random, but I think I actually like Alan Shearer now, and that's crazy for me. I always thought he was such a stick up the bum type of person, but I think I like him now. I was watching,
not in a good way.
Not in a good way at all. I was watching him do like a more casual commentary, and I was like, do you know what? I can't believe it's like all the footballers that you hate are actually all right. Like I always hated the Neville brothers who played for Man United because I just thought Phil Neville just looks like a racist man in a pub. And then when all like you'll know Gary Neville. You'll just like you'll know Gary for sure. But when Gary Neville, the amount of times he's come out and had to speak out about racism, and I felt bad. I was just like, God, I didn't know you were like this. Unless it's lip service, but honestly, it doesn't seem like it. He seems like a genuinely good man. I always hated them, but to be fair, I was an Arsenal fan, and I hate Man United with a passion.
How about Gary Lineker? Like, when did he suddenly... I feel like since I've stopped watching TV and stopped seeing any kind of, like, Walker's advertisements, he suddenly turned, like... Just looks... I mean, he looks exactly the same, except with white silver hair and a mustache.
He's kind of hot, I'm not going to lie. I know it's weird, but...
I think he looks better now. I'm more attractive to him now. Attractive? I'm more attractive to him now that he's older.
Probably,
no. Possibly, yeah. I am more attracted to him now that he is older. What some might call a silver fox.
Definitely a silver fox.
Yeah. I think what we'd all call a silver fox.
I feel like he's had some moments of slight controversy, but then he's also had moments on the other side where he's
like heroic kind of charitable efforts and
not so much charitable. I just mean like being a bit more outspoken. So like he really splits the crowd on both sides. But he's the best. He's the highest paid person at the BBC.
Is he?
He gets paid. I think it's 17 million a year.
17 or 70?
Yeah, 17. Can you imagine Graham Norton, who carries the BBC on his back, is the third highest paid?
Who's the second?
It's now Zoe Ball, who I didn't even know still worked for the BBC. I thought she worked for that Radio X thing. But I think they're owned by Capital.
I have no idea.
I thought she worked for them, but she works for the BBC. So it just goes to show I don't know anything. Because there were no women. Basically, there's a massive pay disparity. It came out, I think, a year ago or the year before, between obviously the white people and everybody else, and there still is, and the men and the women. So Gary Lineker took a pay cut. I mean, it's a significant pay cut for me, but for him, it's like.
You take a few more mils off there, and now they're like, we have a woman and a gay man in the top 3, so we're doing something right. Is that? I mean,
I'm not gonna lie, Graham Norton, I'm never gonna forgive him for the time that he jokes about Rihanna being a dog. Like, don't even go there. Like, I'll still remember it. I don't care what she did. But Graham Norton does, I think, carry the BBC.
100%.
I really think he does.
Yeah.
His show's so good, and I don't like any of the people he interviews, except for when he has like friends on, like The Rock and Kevin Hart. I'm such a sucker for those interviews.
Okay, guys, the reason why we're actually here, finally we get to it, is
how far in are we? Oh god,
we're like 45 minutes or some shit. No, I need to work on that. We watched Shadow and Bone finally. I'll go first. So I struggled with the first episode, and we'd said that we were only going to watch one episode, and then we'd do our predictions, and then we'd watch the rest of it, and we'd do another one on the final. I couldn't do that because I genuinely had no idea what was going on after the first episode.
Oh my god, I was going to ask
no idea.
You.
Well, I just had to keep watching because I was like, otherwise I've got nothing to say. Like, I don't really know what's going on. I don't feel anything for the characters. It's a bit confusing. But not enough. Like, I just. And I also had to rewatch the beginning of it. I had to restart it 15 minutes in because I think I was doing something else, and then I realised I have no idea what's going on.
I had no idea. I thought
Yeah.
I was just going to ask you. I thought it was going to be one of those things where I was just being a bit slow, and you were just going to be
No. It was
I
definitely a slow burner.
Slow, sorry. Oh, God.
No.
Yeah.
It was a slow starter,
to say the least.
I kept watching because the main characters are attractive.
I will say to all producers and writers, like, I'm just going to keep it all the way real with you. If you want me to pay attention, you're going to have to introduce the non-white characters immediately. Like, don't wait half an hour. You've lost me. I have the attention span of a cocker spaniel.
But by non-white, do you mean black?
No, I mean
because they do have the main character. She's
off-white. I'm sorry.
She's also like, I'm not entirely sure of exactly what her heritage is, but it's half.
No, I know what
Chinese,
you mean. But,
yeah,
listeners, let's have a serious discussion about race. Right, race is a construct. It's not real. It doesn't actually reflect your ethnicity or your background. So when we're talking about race, we're talking about how you're perceived by the way you look. So if you walk into a room and the majority of people identify you as white until they talk to you or they look at you and they're like, oh no, like there's some, do you know what I mean? I mean, immediately the people that they introduce, that it just looks like an all-white cast. You wouldn't initially know. And then it also sets it up to be one of those stories where they have an all-white cast and someone who is multi-ethnic or whatever, and they make that person the othered person, and then that immediately goes into my mind as like colorism and just boring and just too basic, and I'm not watching it. I'm just telling you how my mind works.
That's fair.
Oh, you shouldn't have done it. I can't stop. But yeah, it was all right. I was very, very bored.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll keep going, obviously, because now I've started, but
as soon as the light came out of her hands, I was hooked. I was like, oh God, now they've got me. I should have stopped. Because I always love that stuff, because now it's going to be like, remember, because I'm saying all this, but remember that time there was that show and there was like it was those 3 films that I said that I started where the kids are all like on the run, and one of them's like the perfect genetic balance or whatever.
I do not remember.
Like this white blonde girl, and I was like, oh, this new terrible. I've watched every film, so I'm definitely gonna watch this. Definitely gonna watch this. Yeah, but I know what you mean. Her love interest is kind of cute, but not. I wasn't overly invested in him. I wasn't invested in any of them. Oh my God, do you know who got me hooked? You know Paddy? Oh, you didn't watch Shameless. Paddy from Shameless is in it. And I just think he's such a good actor. He played the guy. So when the main group of hunters, listeners, if you haven't seen it, I don't know what's going on enough to tell you exactly who these people are. But there's a group of like,
also, if you have seen it, we still can't pinpoint the exact moments.
I just hope you know what we're on about. The baddies walk into this room and they're like, you need somebody's heart reconfigured, and he has his boy tied to a chair in the back. That's Paddy. That's Paddy. Not the guy in the chair. Not the one on the chair. The one who has the guy in the chair.
Yeah, okay, got it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that excited me a little bit. And then when they got on the actual ship and everything was dark, I was like, oh, now you're talking. And there was like different people of different races, and that was nice. And I thought, okay, it's not what I thought it was. I thought it was going to be some, it's a bit, I don't know, it looks a bit boring. I
always feel though that they do and you're right, maybe like in the first introduction, it's the people that they're introducing in the like first, what you would call in a website, in a page loading, like the first paint, what you first see. It's very Eurocentric.
Something, guys.
But then as you go through, I feel like it does that typical that Netflix thing. It sounds really bad saying that typical Netflix thing, but suddenly it's like it's just there's people of all different walks of life.
Yeah, but I like that. I mean, when I just
I do. It's just
the reason we liked Bridgerton is from the jump. It's just like lots of different people. It probably wasn't even that many different types of people or that many different. It was just like you've probably just never seen it, so it seemed
I feel like you're also maybe being a bit unfair with the diversity quota of Shadow and Bone. I feel like they just
at the beginning it was like everybody was lying, and then she was like the different person.
Yeah,
the main character, she was like, I'm different. That's a 2 Chainz song. I'm not gonna do it. We do not sing on this podcast anymore.
Well, we will do. We've done twice. We'll close with 3 lions.
People know the verses. Do you know the verses to that song?
Absolutely not. I had to Google what the chorus was.
Because I remember 3 lines on the shirt. Jewels remain still gleaming. Which sounds disgusting.
And then something.
And they're stolen jewels. They should not have gone with that line. But something my dad made me think about, which I hadn't thought about before, was like, he was like, there are no lines in England. I was like, oh my God. Even the lions aren't English. Why didn't they have like 3 oaks on them? I don't know. But you know what I mean? Like, England's like, they go on like there's nothing. You would think the way England goes on, you think there was nothing here.
Yeah. 3 crows on a shirt.
That's what I'm saying. Enjoy yourselves. You know what I mean? You've got what you've got. You don't need other people's things. I know you think you do.
We never had lions. It's not even like you could say 3 wolves, 3 bears, something we once had here.
Wolves would be cool. Have you seen, there's a club called, I'm sure you know Wolverhampton.
Yeah.
I've never been a huge fan of the club because of the fans. I was brainwashed by a West Bromwich fan, but don't worry about it. But their kit is so nice. They always have like and like Love Island. Getting dumber by the day. Honestly, the English summertime is making me thicker than a plank of wood. It's just all and beer and Love Island. What else is there? And racism.
A deadly cocktail. I guess we'll leave it there with Shadow and Bone.
I'm sorry, guys.
Watch it. Don't watch it. I don't care.
I don't give a F.
I don't think we'll spend any more time talking about it, even though...
Do you not think we'll do a follow-up episode? I reckon I'll watch it.
No, I'll watch it. 100% I'll watch it. Do I think that it's going to be worthy enough of doing a follow-up episode when there's plenty of other stuff to talk about? No. We'll just talk about it baked into what's supposed to belong to something else, you know?
Yeah, and so many more interesting things have happened. Like, Bill Cosby isn't in prison anymore. What the hell? I've only seen
Britney Spears has been denied.
To be honest, cancellation of a conservatorship. Yeah. Sorry, I can never say that word. I wasn't surprised because from what I've read about conservatorships, no one gets out of it.
Yeah, prison.
No one gets out of them. But it's usually that the people who are in them are elderly. But even they're like, I don't need this.
Yeah. I don't need this.
It's bad law, but I'm surprised it hasn't gone a bit higher. God, I just thought, like, if white people can't even look after Britney Spears, who do they love? Who do you guys like?
Who are you going to look out for, guys?
Is it just like, okay, these are the rules. First of all, you have to be a man. Like, that's just a given.
100%.
That Bill Cosby thing is mad. I'm sorry, I've just seen somebody else has come out to stand up for Bill. Like, what are you're just standing up for...
You can't, if there's no standing up for somebody. It doesn't matter what your personal opinion is, your personal relationship, your friendship, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It also doesn't make sense.
To be friends with a predator.
To I just think, like, what are you actually defending? Like, I don't get their angle.
Just be like, no, well, yeah, he did those things, but I mean, he made us laugh. It doesn't fucking matter.
People actually say that he could never have done it, but I think that I don't know. I just don't believe they believe that. I just find it hard to believe they believe that. I think they just don't care. What they're saying is, what they really mean is, even if he did do that, you can't just wipe away someone's legacy because of that. And they can't say that. So they say it in a different way. Because the thing is, he didn't do, like, we talk about this all the time. He didn't do a bad thing. He didn't make a mistake. He purposefully, routinely raped women over a number of years. A lot of people knew about it. And there are 50 women on record talking about what he did to them. And his stories are all similar. And he's going to continue to do that when he's out. So I just don't believe he's retired from it. I just find that hard to believe. And I also it's just sick. I'll be over a TV show. Never seen a TV show that good, let me tell you. Oh my God. Over a TV show. Anyway. 3 lines. I hate
Never
it.
stop me dreaming.
Oh my God.
So I've been, the app Dipsy. By the way, this is not sponsored, but if you would like to sponsor us, get in touch. Well, they have a load of other things, not just their like erotic audio fiction. So I've been like listening to some other things, like they have some breathwork things and meditations.
Really?
And then, so today I was looking through some of the other content, and there was something. What was it? It was like tips for texting and for communicating. So like I'd listen to the basic one, which is not for sexting. Yeah, it's basically just like, here's how to engage like a nice regular human being rather than like passive, indirect, and whatever. And I didn't. Yeah, I felt like maybe I thought, I'm probably not going to get much out of this, but I got a lot out of this. And it really spoke to me in all of my kind of not terrible, but just maybe not super helpful texting styles. And there was something that the host said, which I just thought was absolute gold. I'm going to say it, and I've bigged it up way too much. It was basically so, if you're kind of messaging somebody and you're just not being very direct with them and kind of like saying, this is what I want, this is how I want it, or like, this is where I want to go, this is what I want to do. They're saying, hey, what do you want to do? Do you want to meet up? And you're like, whatever, like maybe like, oh, you decide. And she said like it was about if you're worried about I guess getting hurt or putting yourself out there and you don't the rejection or whatever, and it was the test of their affection is not in reading your mind, it's in their ability to meet your needs when you ask for it. I'm just like, wow, that is so true. And it sounds so simple, but I'm like, okay, yeah, it really is. You can't begrudge somebody and say they don't love me or they don't care about me when you actually do not tell them anything. They can't read your mind. You can't be like, well, they don't love me because they didn't immediately know exactly what I meant by this cryptic message.
Yeah, but
10 subsequent drunk calls. So it doesn't mean I'll be direct and forthright. No, not for a while.
You honestly should be. Because,
says a lot.
I mean, maybe not off the bat, but yeah. I mean, this is my experience. I think, obviously, to listeners, I think you should be direct off the bat. But my experience is sometimes I get a bit shy and a bit coy about things. But I'm so impatient. I immediately run out of that, and I'm just like, so this is what is going on? And then I get crushed. That's why I'm just like, I'm kind of like in a completely different space. I'm more like, I need someone to help me deal with like just people treating like absolute hot garbage. I am hot garbage.
Not just garbage, flaming hot garbage. Being out, hot garbage, sweating. Imagine garbage in New York in the heat wave. Stinks, gross. Yeah, that's me.
I do, yeah, we shorts do smell, I think.
Anyway, that's and there was another little hot tip where, you know, if somebody's like, hey, what do you, well, you probably don't empathize with this because you're a lot more direct, but if somebody says, do you want to like hang out tonight, or what do you think about doing, should we do this and that, I'd probably be like, yeah, well, whatever, I don't mind. And then she was like, well, why not try saying, like, if you don't really want to have to make the decision or like contribute, but you don't want to seem like...
That's so real. I don't want to do any work. So.
Like, yeah, but you, instead of just saying that, obviously you can't say, I don't, you fucking decide, because people probably don't respond well to that, and it feels, you know, like you don't care, you don't want to put the effort in. You could try saying something like, I'd really like it if you made the decision, because part of the fun for me is the surprise.
It's a lot of pressure. I mean, guys, listen to this person. They're a professional.
I don't know if she's a professional. I don't know where she's getting this from. This could be somebody just speaking out their ass. I don't know.
They would have had to hire a professional.
No, of course. I think it is coming from... But the person narrating it, I'm not sure if, like... It, you know what I mean?
It's just like, it's basically you be like, I try this one.
I could totally let me flip through some old messages.
This one I found.
I had relative success with this one.
Oh, this one's a straight shooter. You should try this one.
Only worked one time though.
Oh yeah, and if you definitely are ready for it to implode in your face, I've got about 7 of those. So stay tuned.
This one really, really takes shape after you've drunk a bottle of wine. So just hang on to that one. But yeah, the next episode is about sexting. So I'll let you know. How it goes.
Maybe we should do that for the podcast. Is that too obscure?
I just don't know what. I'm not sure if we can take, you know, an app of that magnitude's content. And they also actually have like basically pillow talk. They have a load of questions that you can ask your partner, and I did think maybe we should do that, but we wouldn't be able to listen to it, obviously, on air, you know.
Yeah, like get the questions and then play the game here.
Yeah.
Steal their information, use it on our podcast. Yeah,
we'll credit you though.
We always credit people. Wow,
yeah,
we don't credit the main game. Sorry, my headphones just let me know I shouldn't announce these things. No one would have known.
Well, we've got into the realms of planning the podcast on the podcast, so it's that time.
I do have something to tell you though, which I would normally not share, or maybe I would normally share it. But this is like a longer winding road, so I'll keep it short. Listeners, I go on a daily walk. I'm on my walk, right? I get towards the town centre where the park's on the left. I see a blonde white policeman with harsh blonde highlights. So I'm like, oh, she hates me.
What's the low light? Also blonde.
Also blonde.
It's harsh.
But just a bad dark. I don't know, it wasn't for me. I just didn't like her anyway. Basically, she just looked racist. So I see this woman, I'm like, hey! No, she was more of a
when asked, is it coming home? She said, I'm sorry. Well, I'll let you continue your story because it's supposed to be short. And I am taking on some wines.
No, I love that. If you ever want to interject with that, I'm cool. So she sees me, and there's like a load of police officers behind her, and there's police tape on the other side of the road. So I'm like, is the road closed? Got my headphones in really loud, but also like, even if the road is closed, it's like a massive 2-lane road with bushes in the middle. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of room.
Yeah.
It's a lot of places to go. So I'm walking. She comes up to me, she points at me, she's like, what does she say?
Oh no.
She's like, where are you going? And I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, shit myself. when a police officer who looks racist is angry and is storming towards you, and there's a load of police officers and a police van behind her, and you're black on your own, and there's no one around, and you buy the bungalows where the old people live, so they're not going to help you even if they want to.
They're wheeling out their England flag as you're getting racially profiled. Yeah, just so that you know which side we're on.
And I'm just saying, even if there is that, that one sweet old lady who gardens, even if she wants to help me, like her hip's really bad, she can't get out, it's like, what's she going to do? So I'm like, oh God, I'm like, oh, what have I walked into? Because I'm wearing grey sweatpants, people don't react well to sweats. Not the racists. So she's like, where are you going? And I was genuinely shocked, because you can't ask somebody where they're going because we don't live in a police state. I know a lot of people don't know that, but we don't live in a police state.
Yeah, she's got no right to know where you're going.
I can actually just walk down a road. A road that leads to a town centre where everything is. Like, literally, it's the road. Like, if you turn right, if I just walk past her a few metres and turn right, that's where all the shops are.
High Street.
I'm literally on the high street. Where are you going? Like, it's not like I'm...
Excuse me, man, where are you going?
Tap dancing on someone's private property and just walking down the road. And I was like, I didn't know what to say. I was like, on the walk?
I do, you see, I do a walk every day.
I didn't know what to
say. About it on my podcast.
I should have just gone, I didn't know what to say. So I just said, I'm on a walk. And then she was like,
I'm going home. I'm going home.
But she'd been repeating herself because my headphones are in. So I turned them down. And then I just thought, I'm not doing this with you. So I just said, because I knew she was jabbering. So I was just like, is the road closed? Because I know she's not going to talk to me like a human being and just say, the road is closed. And I'm in my head, I'm like, I am in my 30s. Even if I wasn't, like, all of these things make it worse. Do you know what I mean? Like, you are talking to an adult woman. I know it's really difficult for you to comprehend because I'm black and I'm wearing sweatpants. You can't talk to me crazy. Like, and also, if I was like what you would consider a human being, you would have never approached me like that, especially if something bad has happened. You'd have been like, excuse me, I'm like, please don't come down.
Do you live down there? Yeah. Oh God, well,
that's what I mean.
We'll send a police escort so you get home safe.
That's, yeah. But I was just like, is the road closed? And she said, yeah. And then I'm not joking, another policeman, I'm like a man with a deep voice, started shouting across the road. And I was like, I'm not about to end up a statistic.
What was he shouting?
I don't know. Because I jumped. I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, because I was literally, what happened was I was literally walking into the road to go, because the police tape is like there. Mm-hmm. So I thought, okay, because the park's massive. I was like, okay, I'll just cut through the park. And he started shouting as soon as I took a step off the pavement. So I just assumed he was shouting at me. And I was like, is the park closed? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, so I just turned around.
People are there.
No, it was like all I could see were police officers. So I just turned around and when I was like a safe enough distance, but I knew she could hear me, I always do this. I send Simmer voice notes like the white people who are being racist towards me. I really love them so they can hear me. But I don't have to directly address them. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to start a fight with the whole police force, but she should know. I think she's a twat. But then, like, I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit shaken up because I was just like, I was just walking. Like, am I not allowed to even walk? And and I just feel like it's also the area, and it's just like we pay to live here. We're just not free. Pay my council tax and everything. Like, why is this okay? And then obviously I tell a guy that I'm talking to, oh my God, I don't want to get into it too much, but his reaction is just like, he's one of those people who's like, he basically said to me, like, I'm playing the victim.
White guy? No. Oh.
Black.
Okay.
And the thing is, what frustrates me is I feel that obviously, like, I moved to the suburbs and I was like, hey, I know Birmingham, I know these areas, I know how people are. I feel like I can see things coming, I know how things are. I know why people speak to me crazy and stuff. And I just hate, my thing is, I just hate not being believed. But I've also evolved past that. I don't have anybody in my life. I don't keep friends or anything like that who, when I say something, they'll question me. Do you know what I mean? Like, question
are you sure?
the validity of my own experience, who don't believe me as an adult woman who's, do you know, I know what, I'm not stupid. I know what's going on. So I don't mess with people like that. So I haven't had that in so long. And it's just, I went off. Oh my God. I was so mad. I just don't, yeah. Well, that's the story. So as far as I'm concerned, fuck the police. Honestly, I hate them. If you're a police officer and you're listening, do me a favour, take a shot of bleach.
Well, like, just quit. Just quit your job. Quit your beliefs. I don't know.
Not all police officers believe in it. Like, there's you know, I always listen to Say Your Mind podcast. There's a police officer that writes in, and he's like, I'm saying that he's a black police officer. Everyone he works with is racist, near enough. Some of them are out of control, like the way but he feels like if he wasn't there, like, he's just like, how much worse would it be? What would they be doing if he wasn't there? And then his family hate him because he's a police officer.
That's so chaotic and stressful for him. Imagine doing a job where you're like, racism aside, enjoys what he does.
I don't know, but aspect of his job. I don't know.
Well, I mean, who knows? But the point is, it's like, if you feel like you have to be in a job you hate to make the world a marginally better, safer place.
Safer, yeah. And it's
for
like
people that are like you, that is fucked up. Like, to have to feel like that is on your shoulders, that's your responsibility.
But to be honest, I think that's a pretty common experience. Like,
I don't doubt it.
I remember the short, brief stint I had in freaking pharma, like, for 2 days. The way some people would react, and I said what I did, was like so, like, as if like I was selling Oxycontin to babies. And I was just like, I'm literally like, it's generic pharma, and people, I know these industries, because, you know, I didn't even want to take the job when I realised what it was, but like, when I realised what they did, I was like, oh, it's all right. And I hated it, and I shouldn't have taken it.
Well, it's just because it's one of those salacious industries where you say it and people just jump to a conclusion. They're like, well, should we interrogate what you do, sir, ma'am? What do you do? Because
some people's job sounds delightful on paper. So the person I'm speaking with, he works in mental health, which sounds nice, right? But how can somebody working in mental health react to something that I found traumatic by telling me I'm playing the victim? That's some food for thought right there.
I don't know about you, but that's what my therapist was telling me all the time.
Sweetie, I think you're playing the victim. No, but he's the same person who the signs of that. He's the same person who, when I was speaking to my therapist, was basically saying that therapists coddle people, and they're just like basically one of the things therapists do is like to gain your trust. He didn't use the word cuddle, but it's like part of being a good therapist is being able to. But I'm just like, he's making it seem like, no, but he's making it seem like, and a lot of people do this, like, but he's never had therapy, because he's one of those people who says that he thinks that because he just knows himself so well from reading all the books.
You don't know yourself,
honey. You are horrible. You're a horrible person.
Get in the shadows, sir. Like the Rasmus
also
said.
I just want to like remove that experience from my soul.
That's fucking terrible. That's horrible.
It just made something that was like, it's just like
a joyful, pleasurable thing.
I was just going on a walk.
It's just a fucking walk.
And it's just like, not even just that, it's also, I don't know, I just don't like the police. Like, when I see the police coming across the road,
well, they're just going to shout at you.
Not like the patrol and no. I'm just over it. But yeah, I won't be lasting long in this world as is in this situation. Yeah.
The current situation that you're in.
This concept.
Yeah.
This concept of life isn't working for me. Oh my God, we didn't talk about the ocean so far.
Oh, don't even.
The ocean is on fire.
The ocean is on fire. There's a pipeline that burst in the Gulf of Mexico. You obviously know about it. You probably know more than we do.
Yeah, probably.
And the result of this is the ocean is literally on fire, spewing out lava. It's ridiculous. How can the ocean be on fire? Humans. That's how. Capitalism. That's
so
how.
Scary. It looks like somebody said it looks like a portal to hell.
It does. It could be. Oh my God.
It looks scary.
That's it. It is. That is.
No, don't. If one more person says end times, I'm going to ascend. Stop it. You guys are freaking me out, man.
Well, you were the one that said it was a portal to hell. I just thought it was like.
Sorry, I should just said it.
Messed up, but now I'm like, oh, okay, great, cool. It's like in Hercules when they open up they let the Titans out.
Who let the Titans?
It's
scary.
No, it's really scary. It's terrifying, and all the little boats around it. I say they're boats; they're ginormous, like aircraft carriers or whatever.
Look
just like
little peewee boats.
Yeah, that's the actual scale of this fucking disaster.
I can't believe they don't have aircrafts or anything. Like
and
they're
in
not
England,
even.
We're like, oh, it's raining. The British summer is here.
There was a mini tornado
in England.
Mm.
Oh God! Where? When?
Well, you know me. I just click the vid and move on. Like I hope it sweeps you up.
Sure. Oh yeah, that's just
me at the end of the world outside the house watching my neighbours go up like. Oh, especially if he gets that one neighbour. I can't stand.
Not coming home. Not coming home.
You're not coming.
Not coming home. Oh my God, we are back in hell with Joanna Lumley. Oh my God. Lordy Lord. I don't know what the episode bio will be for this. I don't even know. I don't know if we can rightly say that the episode title was Shadow and Bone.
I'm definitely saying it. Not coming home. Oh, guys, if you're an avid England fan and they've just lost and you're in bits and we're just not coming home. Well, don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, you probably like.
It's more. It's more into it is when a team you can relate to is still in the tournament. It is generally more interesting.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Also, I know you're not, but Pogba, if you're listening to this, just drop me a text.
Who?
Paul Pogba.
Who the hell is that? You're just dropping all these freaking names. Right, what's his name?
You don't know Paul Pogba?
Paul who?
Pogba. Pogba.
Oh, right, got it. Yeah.
I just feel like I've always felt
really
like I've just always felt a connection to you. Oh, okay.
I can see this. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so upset. Somebody, because people, I don't. Listeners, Natalie's DMs are always popping. People slide into her DMs, but people don't really slide into.
No, they're not anymore. Now it's all just like those
the bots.
Yeah, the bots. Like, hey, go check out this page and get some free whatever. Hey, I think that you'd be a great ambassador for this page. I'm like, fuck off.
I hate what they send me. The last time they sent me bath bombs, I was like, why am I the bath bomb ambassador?
To be fair, you did have that bath bomb moment.
I had ordered 3 bath bombs recently when they sent it to me, but there's no way that their tracking is that good that they know that maybe it was that good that they know I shopped at Etsy.
Oh my God, this is a good one.
Ooh.
I cannot find the user anymore. Okay. Hey, I just subscribed to can I say the name? I don't know. maybe.
Yeah. I mean, if they're a company fishing, they should get in trouble for it. That is fishing. Well, fishing is, right?
I just subscribed to Jaden Rembasher's OnlyFans page, and he's hung like a horse, sweating, like red sweating face, panting face, eggplant emoji. His content is the best I've seen for only $3. Pride flag. Go check his Instagram page out. Jaden Rembasher. You will absolutely love his big bulge, devil face, 30 water. The link is in his Instagram bio to subscribe. Thank me later. Drooling face.
Okay, send me the link. I want to see it.
Okay. Let me... Jaden Rembasher. So that's what I'm getting now. I'm not really posting as much, I guess, anymore, or like as many like selfies.
Why? Oh, do you think that's why the bots? I mean, not the bots. The bots are still there. Do you think that's why the
yeah,
creepy men? Well, yeah. I was upset because I did like an advert for a music thing. And then this guy slid into my DM saying, hey, because I thought he followed me because he wanted to, to learn more about my music. So when he said that, I was like, oh, so this is what people think I'm doing this for. I'm absolutely not streaming a song, but why? Why key offensive? Oh, I think I need another rebrand. Oh my God, my sister sent me it. I love that you actually sent me that, guys. OnlyFans.
Yeah. My
sister sent me this thing saying Sha'Carri Richardson should just show up at the Olympics and run anyway. Who's going to catch her?
That is some fresh bullshit.
The women's 100 this year was going to be so good. Like her versus the fastest woman in the world. Sign me up. I love the 100 meters. Everybody loves the 100 meters. You don't even have to watch sports to like that. God, let women be great.
You don't even need to be an England fan to like that.
You expect me to believe this guy's homework?
I don't know.
No, I'm sorry. I feel bad. I shouldn't say. His Instagram is so sloppy.
That's a fan's account. The other one, like his actual one, was private. So I just wanted to show you for who he is.
I was going to say,
there are quite to be honest, I feel like it's a catfish because there's quite a lot of people with that handle in various guises. Anyway, I'm sure this isn't exciting for you guys. I'm sick of the Royal Mail scam artists as well, sending you messages saying that your Royal Mail package has an unpaid.
I've not been on this scam.
New scam alert. Annoying because I'm like, oh, a text message. Oh, it's a scam. It's either scams or verification codes or O2 or a delivery thing. That's it. Why does no one message me? Because I don't put myself out there and talk to people and ignore everybody that talks to me.
When you do get loads of messages, the kind of messages you get, you don't want those.
Me personally, or me, or
anybody.
You in general,
think of a time in your life when you're getting a load of messages, and think about how you felt and who was messaging you and what kind of content.
I'm stressed out. Yeah,
it was just like there's But I know what you mean. I just get to the point where I do actually need attention, so I have to.
But basically, it's like if everybody in the world could be messaging you, but if it's not like somebody cute that you're having like a thing with, you're like, oh, why is no one messaging me? This is so, I mean, I do enjoy messaging you, Ruth, you know I do. But do you know what I'm talking about? Like it's
but when they do message you, then you realise you don't actually like them that much. You're like, oh no, go back to doing the bad boy thing because you're very dull.
Oh, actually, speaking of which, what are the three things, if you sent me that link, explain to listeners what for their benefit.
I have to get the comedian's name because I can never remember comedians' names. Listeners, I can never remember anyone's name. I'm lying. It's not just comedians. Oh my God, the fact that I have to open the video because I literally can't see a preview. WhatsApp, get it together.
I thought they
Okay,
had
Josh
to.
Johnson. His name is Josh Johnson, and he has a little thing, his stand-up. Wow, his entire career. This little
be
thing that
backing
he
it.
does. Okay, where he's talking about the only 3 things a woman can expect from a man, and obviously he says it in a really funny way, but he basically says you can either expect, I know this is some gendered BS, but just ride with me. You can either expect good dick, he has his shit together, or he's a good person. You can't get all 3. So you have to pick the 2 that are the most important to you and settle for those. So I think Natalie's asking me, out of those 3, are you asking me what my 2 are?
I guess it's like, well, what are your actual, if you could only have 2, what are your 2? And then maybe what are the 2 that you actually think that you...
Actually, easy. Ideally, I'd want a good person.
Right, yeah.
I was going to say with their stuff together.
Yeah.
Why you always lying?
Rude. I've got the communications evidence to show that you say, well, good D is non-negotiable.
Yeah, but I say that, but I never, if you really want to get into it.
Have you had the good D? Yeah, I could probably, in an ideal world, yeah, somebody that's a nice person, that is it. But then if they're a nice person and they have their shit together, I probably won't even give them the time of day to find out if they even have the good D, because I'm like, no, this is
I think that good D suggests more like sexual chemistry and attraction also, and I can't go without that. So
I can't. Yeah.
It just wouldn't happen. So I'm gonna have to go with that.
And shit together.
No,
that's fine. That's good. That's better. I feel like I
want
probably
to be a good person.
That's good.
You know, historically, literally almost every single person I've dated. To be fair, my 2 serious boyfriends have been on paper.
That's what you would want. What do you think that you actually? Because I think what we want, what I naturally gravitate to,
I want a good person.
I would agree with that. But then I think that I'll probably gravitate towards people who probably more are, they've got their shit together, or at least what they want their shit to be.
I've realised, so generally speaking, I say I'm more of a, I get what you already know. Terrible people.
The worst.
The worst. Where do I find
some of the worst? Tinder.
It's not just though. In real life.
Oh, true. Yeah. It's true.
And it doesn't make sense because I feel like they have to pick me off when I'm on my own, because say if we went out, I'm not a friendly, I'm just not I'm nice to people, but when I'm on my own, I see it really nice. My sister, I'm really nice to strangers, to the point where when I was younger, say if I had to go meet her somewhere, she'd always catch me talking to a random stranger. She'd get really angry with me. She's like, you can't just speak to strangers. But I will go take it further. I'll trust them with my life.
Yeah.
And I'll
trust them with my bank card.
I'll end
not me personally, but you,
really dangerous, actually dangerous, not funny, but I laugh about it situation that I have to unpack in therapy.
That's horrible, because it's happened to me, and then you just don't. You're really that was a bad situation, but I can't. And of course, you should never blame yourself, but you think, well, I'm
have to take responsibility.
Yeah, but it's kind of but ultimately, I was the one that walked into that person's house already feeling like I was unsafe, but I did it because they were asking for help and were claiming that they were I had a situation where there was a guy that was claiming, maybe he was being genuine, I'm not sure, but claiming that he had autism or something, and he was really anxious, and that he just needed to get home and to get to talk to him. And I was like, well, if I don't want to be the dick that's just well, fuck off, because he seemed really distressed. But then, oh no, maybe this isn't a podcast story. Because when I say it out loud, it's honestly really like, it's one of the situations in my life where I'm like, what were you thinking? And when I repeat it now, and I told people, like, and it was in the morning as well. I was on my way to work.
It's not funny.
It's funny. I mean, nothing like actually bad happened to me. I just got really freaked out. So it could have been worse. So thank God. So I'm like, okay, I'll walk you back to your house just so you can get home. You can feel like safe. No intention of going into the house, of course. And somehow, but this is just, it made me, thinking back on it, I felt really like manipulated to the point where I just felt like, and it was a master manipulator. I felt like I didn't really have a choice because otherwise I'd be being a bad person. And it's like your drive to do good just put you in a silly, potentially dangerous situation. So I'm in there and I'm like, okay, like, I guess we'll wait here for your friend. And again, even then I'm thinking back on it, like, why would you be like, wait for another man to come into the house where you're even more outnumbered? What the actual fuck? And so we were kind of waiting, and like he had like a dog, and I was like, okay, not like, oh, what? You must be okay. There's a dog. So I was like, I think
it can make you feel a bit safe.
It did make me feel a bit safe because I was like, there's another sentient being in this room that's not like another man.
But haven't you? I've met creepy guys who have dogs.
Like I don't like. I felt bad for the dog. I was like, this also doesn't feel like a very good environment for this dog to be in. Like it feels neglectful. It gets creepy. So then I'm thinking, okay, cool. I was like, I think I better go now because I think you're okay. And then he was like,
what did you say?
Sorry, no, because you're going to be like, Natalie, this is ridiculous. Why did you do this? Then
but you know the kind of situations I've been in, so who am I to judge?
He was like, he was kind of like, this is going to sound really, really weird, but I just really like feet. So is it okay? Is it okay if I just like massage your feet? Because I'm in this situation. I'm like, I don't want this. I feel really awful. I don't know like what is happening. I want to leave. I'm also late for work. I've got a meeting. Like I'm getting more and more like fucking stressed out and freaked out.
What time is this?
This is like 8:39 in the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning. God. So then I'm really just like,
full story.
And so what do? I say okay, and I let him take my shoe off. And then literally, I think 2 seconds into this massage, I was just like, okay, no, okay, I've got to go now. Okay, bye. And I just was I like bolted out of there. And I was so like panicked. I was like hyperventilating. I was just so horrible. But then, and when I got to work and I was trying to like explain to people like why I'm late and I'm just having like, I'm an absolute mess. But I can't really like, when I describe the situation, they're just like, obviously everyone was super understanding. They were like, look, you know, obviously it's a testament to like, you're a nice person. You just wanted to try and help this guy who you thought, and maybe he did, and this was all actually like legit, but you thought that he was having some kind of mental health crisis of his own, and you tried to deal with that, but you were not equipped to do that. You should never have had to do that in the first place. It's not your job. And I just felt so fucking stupid and so manipulated, and I was a mess. And also just, again, stupid that it could have gone such a different way. And I, again, just really felt like that I put myself in that situation. So would I have had anybody, not would I have had anybody to blame? Of course not. But I was really just like, well, ultimately, you should have had this street smarts to just be like, sorry, I've got to get to work.
I think I speak, we're not those people.
No.
We're not. I am the kid that you can lead down the road with, Sandy.
Oh oh my God. I'm kind of glad
sorry that
I
happened to you.
Recounted that in a way. And then my sister, I told my sister, she was so upset. She, of course, being my sister, she was like, "You've got to report it to the police." I'm like, "Well, what can they do?" And she reported it for me, and then they called me, and I'm telling them this like for the a millionth time.
That's the worst thing when you have to tell them,
because then they're just like, "Oh right, so did you feel threatened? Did he coerce you? Did you?" And I'm like, "Well, no." No, did you go willingly?
Surely
yes, I did.
Surely they need to know that there's a random...
They did, yeah, just in case anybody... And the reason why I was like, okay, well, I'll give this. But just, yeah, in case it's happened to anybody else. But it was really... I was just like... They're asking all these questions and that you just... It's so silly when you think back on it. And you just hear... I just could hear the, judgment in their voices of well, you're a fucking idiot. So did he force you? Did he whatever? And I'm like, no, he didn't force you. Are you saying that you went there willingly? I'm like, well, yeah, I did, I guess, if you consider that willingly, but I felt, it was just horrible. And then it was an awful situation. And then a couple of years ago, I think when I was walking Mango on the road, I felt like I saw him because this was, I forget, this was on fucking my road, just at the top end. This was before I lived on the road that I live on. And that's one of the, my hesitations about, moving to this road. I was like, oh my God, what if I see this person? And I never did, but I think I saw him once because I remember the dog and then I kind of recognized him. And I think, I feel like he saw me and was kind of a bit like, oh, and I was with Mango and I was like, ah, God, oh. But yeah, so...
He does that regularly though.
Oh God. Listen, if you live around Brixton and somebody tells you that they need to get home because they're autistic and they are having a panic attack, tell them to call the police, I guess, truly. Not that the police are equipped to deal with it, but call, it's not for you to deal with because you could be in a, that was horrible. It was really fucking horrible. I did not enjoy it one bit. Whew.
Also, what a stereotype of a guy with a foot fetish. Can you not just have fun and just be a normal, person about it?
Just go on OnlyFans, go on Tinder. There are plenty of places that you can go and find, and just don't coerce a woman into giving her a foot
such
massage.
a mental way to do it as well.
It is, yeah.
That is scary as hell.
Yeah. But look, I live to
tell the tale
publicly.
Some days I wish you hadn't.
Anyway, well, there's my tale. I can't believe I've never told you that.
That is. Oh my God.
I think it's also because, again, it's something that is rooted in shame because I'm like, why did you let that happen? You idiot, Natalie. I feel a lot better for not that I've been carrying this around for ages, and not that I'm just a way to tell everybody on the podcast to feel better about it, but I'm like, well, I guess when I say it out loud, you got to laugh about it, but also get the word out there.
I didn't see that coming at all. That was the twist of a lifetime.
Do you remember that time? I've told you about this when I was young and went to the cinema to watch The Incredibles, and somebody touched my foot. So it really brought back memories of that. It was just like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. Maybe I should start a foot page, OnlyFans.
I was thinking the opposite. I was thinking maybe you should buy those trainers with spikes all over. Weirdos.
Maybe I should just be done with it and buy Crocs.
When they peek through those holes.
No, oh shit, yeah. God, the stickers. They call stickers plugs? Whatever, I don't know.
I think they're stickers. I Googled it once. Because I liked the stickers so much, I wanted some just so I could
buy the Crocs for the sticker set. That makes sense.
Get all the ones you want.
Yeah. I feel like we should wrap it up soon, but maybe end on a more positive note that isn't about my foot molestation.
Okay, so what can we talk about that isn't related to sexual assault or the police or horrible weather?
Oh God.
Or the ocean being on fire.
Or Shadow and Bone, because we don't have enough information to talk about that yet.
Okay, I'm going to think of something. I'm just going to think of something hilarious. Oh, what are you never said, what are your 2 things out of those 3?
That I would want?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess, do you know what? I think you're right. It really, if good dick is like amazing sex all the time versus just good chemistry with somebody, chemistry is non-negotiable. Because I figure, no, chemistry you have to have. But if good dick is just like, it's not about chemistry, you just always have like great sex.
The way you're saying that is just like that. It's just something to take for granted. When does that ever happen?
I don't know. But do you get what I mean? Is that like somebody that maybe you're just having like...
Yeah.
I guess, you know what? I do want a good person. And you can remind me of this the next time I scoff at a nice person.
Yeah, but there's a difference between a good person and a nice person.
Oh, true. Yeah, I like that.
I find that a lot of nice people are Tories. I just don't get it.
And I would also like them to have their shit together.
I think I'm going to go good D and stuff together. And when I say stuff together,
that's what I feel like I don't know.
I don't mean like they've got their stuff together. I mean, they have a really exciting, fun life and they give me that life. Not like the time, I'm sure I've told you this, the time that guy pulled out the first time I met him, pulled out a wad of cash and started counting in front of me and then didn't give me any. That's the rudest thing anybody's ever done. Like, I get that you get out cash to impress people, but if you're not going to give me any, that's
was it not even to pay for something? It was literally just to...
Literally reached in his back pocket, got out some cash, counted it really slowly, and then I thought, oh my God, he's going to give me some cash. It's coming up. It absolutely didn't happen. Give me cash out your wallet. But obviously I don't ever want to be financially dependent on someone because I'm scared of people. Speaking of manipulative people, because some people sell you that dream, don't they? They're like, oh my God, I'll take care of you. You never have to work again next year. You're locked in the basement.
No, dog, don't put me in a basement.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to be in a basement.
No.
Oh my God, this is me trying to end on a lighter note. I've got absolutely nothing.
Got nothing for you. This has been another great episode of your favourite podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Next week, listeners, I would have finished the final season of Black Lightning and I will tell Natalie about it in Prince to Will.
No, I've watched because you halfway through as well.
Oh, I thought you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. I mean, is it good? No.
Oh my God, can we do an episode of Black Lightning?
Well, yeah, we can. I think you'll be talking a lot. I mean, obviously, I can contribute kind of.
When do I know? Even when I don't know what I'm talking about, I never shut up.
My favourite / like most confusing thing is just like, well, firstly, no, your masks are not fooling anyone. Why can we not address this? Marvel, come on, please.
Oh my God.
Please, for the love of God. Sorry, DC, yeah. Oh yeah, because Marvel's much different. Come on.
No, it's only DC because of the way, like, if you actually read the comic, Black Knight in the comic is like a blaxploitation comic.
But
that's how you know it's DC. DC is a mess.
Aren't they in... Doesn't Black Lightning like join the Avengers?
No, he joins the Justice League.
Yeah, okay.
But the actual comic from the 60s and 70s is so offensive. Everyone needs to read it. So outrageous. But the illustrations are hard. Shout out to the illustrator who also left because they treated him horribly. He was like the first Black illustrator at DC or something.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
I was obsessed with that story. I just couldn't get over the fact that they were gonna make his superpower. When they decided to make like a proper black comic book character, they were like, okay, he's gonna be a white man who turns black when he's angry. Like, that was their concept. I'll never get that out of my head. Like, what is wrong with you lot? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, I suppose we can. So the other thing I wanted to talk about was just, I don't get Grace's, like, the shapeshifter. It's just like,
it's not.
who
it's
are all your, like, what's going on?
It was more easier to understand before when she couldn't. Is it that she couldn't control it?
She couldn't control it, but it was like, who are all these people? Are they elements of your personality? What's going on?
I don't think so.
Or
I
are
think
they
it's
just
like a
completely
generational
random?
thing. I think it gets passed down through generations. She's got the
so
old
who the
man
fuck was
and
the
tiger.
leopard?
I thought, yeah, she's got the old man and the leopard.
And then there's her when she's a young girl.
Oh yeah, but she hasn't done that one since she stopped being scared. She's like Elsa from Frozen.
I don't know what's going on. Look, suffice it to say, yes, I've been watching it. Oh, we shouldn't. I'm about to start a whole new TV chat, but we'll keep it brief and maybe we'll take this off air.
Definitely taking.
There's a new show on Amazon Prime called Run the World. I guess it's basically like
the Beyonce song.
Kind of, I guess, but I think it's like a Girlfriends, but if Girlfriends was set in like our time. What am I saying?
Stop it.
It's about four black women. Yeah.
Look at how quick it is.
Or it's like grownish, but like grownish, but grown. Just four black women living
if it's Run the World-ish. Oh my
God, do you know that there's Mixed-ish, which is about Rainbow Johnson? Oh man, alive.
Yeah, I've not watched it. I only watched a little bit on YouTube.
I like how you've not seen the main franchise properly. You'll watch all the offshoots.
No, I've seen like bits of the main franchise. I've just never watched it like
fully.
Yeah. It was a bit messy. Maybe it was, but all the it's kind of the theme. Like, they're good shows, but they're kind of like problematic. But in that one, it was just like, I don't want to get too into it, but it was like, it was just kind of like, I don't know.
I just basically want to know how many issues are they going to get out of this.
They're doing a brownish.
Yeah. What?
They're doing a brownish.
With who?
Eva Longoria.
What? No, they're not.
They are.
But that's not even connected to the Johnson family, or is it going to be?
No, it's the Latina family.
What the fuck?
They're brownish.
Okay, anyway. Listen, Run the World, check it out. Maybe we do this.
Yeah, I'd rather do this. I think I saw the trailer for this and I forgot about it.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I was not suggesting that we watch Mixed-ish.
Oh, no. I know you weren't.
But you know that we will. Just the first episode, just to check in and be like, what's going on here? Yikes.
But you know they don't get good until like season 3 when they finally like taken on the feedback of the public being like, this is wildly offensive.
Yeah.
But I feel like Blackish never had that. I mean, I feel like
it's a trailblazer first.
Yeah,
the first
I don't think there was. I don't remember that, and the cast is good. I know, like, I know it's a bit like light, but oh my God, they're not doing Black as Fuck anymore.
Why? Because it was like
Netflix wanted it to water it down.
Right. So they wanted Blackish.
I'm the only person on planet Earth who liked that show, so I'm not going to say it.
Sorry, as well.
Please.
No, I liked it as well. It was funny, but I guess it was...
People hate that show. I think we liked it because we're like suburban kids.
Maybe, yeah.
there's little bits we can kind of relate to, but
I mean,
I do get why people.
I love Rashida Jones as well.
I do, but it's just people.
The houses were cool.
Yeah, the cars.
The sets were great.
The kids were so
the
sweet.
Kids are adorable.
And I usually hate child actors.
What do you want me to say? Yeah.
Apart from Malcolm in the Middle and like My Wife and Kids, but they replaced Claire, which was really weird. They used to do that all the time. It's like 1 minute Claire was a chocolate black girl, the next minute she was like a really light-skinned biracial girl. It's like, there's no one going to address this. My Wife and Kids.
Oh, yes.
It took a while to get used to it. I was like, what the?
That's only something that I think I ever watched, like if I was on a long haul flight or something, and you're dipping into all the shows, and they only have like
so
two.
Random to watch on a flight.
Well, it's like you. I think that's how I got into Blackish. They had like a couple of episodes, and I was like, "Oh, this is good. This is funny."
Oh my gosh! In our house, My Wife and Kids was like the show because it was so relatable. I think also it was so relatable to us, like having like this dad who wants to teach you life lessons every 3 to 5 minutes. Oh gosh. Anywho, goodbye, listen. Goodbye, cruel world.
Sorry about this episode. You know what? Maybe I'm not sorry.
I'm gonna, yeah.
You've learned some things.
It's like the worst.
You have learned what not to do, hopefully.
How not to live. That's what we should have called this podcast.
How not to live. Like, how not to go about a foot fetish.
Living-ish. I don't know what I was going with that. Foot fetish-ish.
Happy.
Psycho-killer-ish. Oh,
who are you going to call? Not the police. It's coming
I also
home.
love that every time there's a match, in an England match, there's always a police van at the end of every road on the high street. Just like police vans scattered around. Just like, what's going on? Oh, England are playing. So
we when the last game was on, somebody coming out of the pub, like a group of white kids came along. I say kids, they were, adults.
50 years old.
Yeah. Like, singing, chanting. One of them like runs up to a street pole, not like a lamppost, like a road sign pole to, I don't know, do what on it.
I know what you mean.
The pole crashes down into the side of someone's house. He just walks away.
Oh!
Yeah, no shit. Yeah.
Oh, he better run because it's not worth it.
What's going to happen?
I would have run away. No,
well, obviously. No. Well, what are you going to do? Call the council? You're just going to run. There's nothing you can do. At least he could have moved it off the person's house and lay it on the ground. No, he wasn't even doing that.
If it fell, then it couldn't have been very secure in the first place.
No, it wasn't. It was on its last legs, but still.
So why did you?
Maybe don't run and jump on a lamp on a. You know what? Who am I to talk to people? Yeah.
No. You know what it gets like. Oh my god!
I do know what it gets like.
I'm sure I've talked about this in my podcast. One of my favourite memories in life, walking through a little park at night with those kind of lads type people, and everyone was
with them or with them around you in the same group.
Oh no, I was with them. It was like some friends came to stay, and everyone just ended up staying at mine. But it was just like I was very much outnumbered. But we were walking back, and somebody started. I'm sure I've talked about this. Someone started singing "Ronan Keating, You Say It Best."
Classic song.
Such a moment.
And everyone's just
when he says the touch of your face. Everyone was so into it.
Whenever gets really breathy.
First I was just like, what is going on? And then next thing you know, I'm singing along.
It's a good song. It's a good terrible song, you know?
When I thought Ronan Keating wrote his own song. Oh god, every time I hear Roller Coaster Now, that song is on all the time.
Just to remind you that you once thought that Ronan Keating was a singer-songwriter.
It's like Gary Barlow can do it.
Can he though? As in, like, does he? Not is
I know
his
he
songs
does.
good,
He
yeah.
does.
Oh, okay, fine. Well, then, yeah.
No,
I
I'm just
suppose.
saying I'm not involved. You know how I
I
feel
did not
about
want-
Gaza Baza.
Yeah, I do.
You say it best when you
say nothing at all.
You really got the Ronan. When?
Thank you. I mean, was it a compliment? I'm not sure, but I'm taking it as one.
I sign you up for stars in the rock.
I know, I was just about to say, and tonight, Matthew, I'm going to make this show more problematic and messy. Look me up.
Funny. Oh my God, that would be brilliant. You was Ronan.
Who would you be?
Donna Summer, but I don't have the vocals. Would it be?
You don't need them. No one does. Maybe I would win on that one because I would actually transform into my person.
Yeah, like I think you win a lot when like you sound
and you embody. Yeah. No one wants original stuff there. Do not put your own stamp on this. I want you to sound exactly like the person you're impersonating.
What a great show. Why did they come?
Random show. Didn't
don't tell me the
Matthew
host
Kelly
did something.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Something happened. It was, yeah.
Oh, that's probably how this show's going.
Oh no. Our 3 listeners are like, whatever happened to that podcast? They won't know because it won't make the news. I say that. Oh my God. Please let nothing bad happen that makes us make the news and makes this podcast notorious.
Why we don't live too dull a lives.
True. After that episode, I never left the house. Okay, right.
Okay.
Really, on that
I'm going to go watch Love Island.
We must go. Oh, Jesus. I'm not going to watch Too Hot to
I don't know how I'm going to get weaned up. Oh, please watch Too Hot to Handle. Just season 2, don't watch season 1. I've never seen
There's
season 1.
2 seasons. Bloody
Yeah, it's
hell.
season 2. That's the one you need to watch.
Oh, my God.
Don't worry, listeners, we won't do an episode on it. I've got the message loud and clear. This is not a Love Island podcast. It's not coming home, and we will not be talking about Love Island.
Or it is coming home, and that's going to be real bad.
Can I just say, if England get to the finals, we are 100% doing an episode on that match.
We have to.
I don't know how bad it's going to be.
We do the lineup, we do like the this and that, like versus England, like each England player versus their comparative player of the opposing side. Who wore it best?
Oh my God, 100%. Who had the nicest football boots?
Yeah. Oh, nice one.
Who knew the anthem and why?
Oh, who sang it in time?
Some of them look like they're miming, and I love it. They're just
yeah. Some of them don't even sing it in the crowd. Prince George, I'm looking at you. Can you imagine Prince George? Prince fucking George. I know he's a baby, but if I had to sing it when I was at school, you sure as shit have to sing the national anthem. It's about your fucking grandmother. Great grandmother.
I feel like he's 3 years.
There's no way he's 3. He's about 5.
What?
It up.
I thought it was so weird that he had a suit on. I just thought it was so weird.
And why are they social distance? They're in the same household.
Why are they there? They really brought the mood down for me. I don't want to be reminded of what England was.
He's 7 years old.
He's 7?
Old enough to sing the fucking national anthem.
Well, he just learned to stand. My bad. I don't want to see any. Oh, God.
Prince William going like. It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
He ruined the match for me.
He was not the man of the match. Stick to Wimbledon, guys.
Don't even go there. Just stay home.
Stay home, save lives.
Stay home. Take Dominic Cummings with you. Okay, I'm thinking of somebody else. Dominic Cummings has gone rogue and is now constantly tweeting about how
he hates it. He is fucking just ripping it down. But to me, that says like he's taking them down before anybody else can. He's like, I know what's coming my way, so before that happens, I'm just going to fucking take you all down. What did you do, Dominic?
I like it though.
I'm not. I won't say I'm here for it because
I'll never be here for him.
No, but
he.
Sure.
I like to see distraction and chaos.
Yeah, we thrive on it.
When you do dirty, why am I changing the phrase? It's not a thing. When you do dirty, you get dirty. What?
What is the phrase? What are you trying to say? That's the title of the podcast.
Oh my God.
No, it can't be. Okay,
we
guys.
really have to go. All of our episodes end with us being like, okay, we really need to go.
This is it. All of our episodes end like when you're on the phone with a friend or a crush when you're like 11. You're like, okay, you go. You hang up now. 1, 2,
Did you ever do
3.
that?
You're still there. And then one day they're not, and you're like, oh, okay, they hung up on me.
Oh
of course
God,
I did that.
Does ring a
Everyone did
bell.
Why was it so hard to just hang up the phone? Because then you'd be left with like the crushing loneliness of having to do your homework.
And also the realization that you're using them as escapism, you don't actually like them.
And you'll see them in school like in barely hours. And then now compared to the fact that we can't even, it's like someone's calling me. Ugh, better screen that.
Oh, I love
Must be an
phone
emergency.
calls. I say that. I love them.
If somebody calls you, do you answer straight away, or are you like, and I don't mean like me or Sim or somebody, it's, you know.
No, I answer. But the reason I never answer my phone is because it's never on loud and I don't know where it is.
That's the truth.
So I'm never going to answer. But if I had it with me, for once.
You're also not going to call somebody back, right? You're like, why'd you call me?
No, I always call back. Honestly, I love a phone call. Love it. You can't get me off the phone. That's why people don't call me.
That's why we can't end this podcast ever.
Yeah. Oh, God. Okay, we'll go now. Okay.
Right, seriously, yeah. See you next week, guys. Love you.
Oh,
Bye.
yeah. Bye.
Ah! Rewind the tape!